All right. Good morning, everybody. My name is Ivan, and welcome to the Ivan Rides YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me again today. I really appreciate you. For those of you that are new to the channel, welcome. Good to have you on board. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. So this is a commute to work video. It's a series of videos where you get to come with me and see what it's like to travel through New York City, or travel to the city from Queens. And the interesting thing about today is I have a brand new setup that I think is going to be the final one. Over the last couple of weeks, I've been playing with camera angles. I've been playing with the microphone just because I wanted to make sure that I had a video quality that was not nausea-inducing, because that would be horrendous. And I kind of had this view of the cockpit as well as everything that you're seeing ahead. Because one of the things that I noticed before is watching some riding videos is if the field of view is too narrow and there's too much going on, it's brutal because it makes me motion sickness. So right now the setup is a 360 camera attached to a chin mount, but the chin mount goes down. The 4K lens for the Insta360 seems to be a little too narrow, but I think I just don't know how to set it up, so hopefully we will get that sorted out. It usually takes us about 20 minutes to get to work. Today we are in a bit of a rush, not because we're late, but because we are trying to get to the office so that we can get a decent parking space for the bike. I'm hoping that the cold weather, as you can see, cold weather gloves, is going to keep the bike room relatively empty, but we've got a few hardcore riders in my office, so I doubt if that will be the case. So it is a brisk 45 degrees right now, which is very cold. So we've got a bubble jacket on and a bomber jacket on top. Try and keep it warm. But there's a section of our commute that we're going to be going through here coming up, which is the bridge, which can be extremely brutal because the cold and the wind, and like I was saying earlier, the 4K camera is great. It takes some great videos while you're shooting this way. The only issue is when I turn my head to check to see if there is traffic, or to look over my shoulder, which is a necessity. For commuting, it makes it very difficult because since the camera is coming with me, it makes for very dizzying footage. So my hopes for the 360 camera is that if I'm turning, I can still keep you guys forward, or keep y'all forward, so that no one gets motion sickness. So we are now approaching the 59th Street Bridge, the Ebike Bridge, whatever you'd like to call it. This is the bridge that takes us from our home in Queens to Midtown Manhattan, where our office is. Generally speaking, this is one of the most congested roadways or thoroughfares here in the city, because as you can see, there's literally half a lane for cyclists and half a lane for pedestrians. But I think this is a good gauge to see of how busy the bike room is going to be today. Look at this. Everyone's stuck in traffic while we are flying through. Of course, respectfully. Flying through respectfully. This is also an excellent test for the TSG Pass Pro. It's going to be my first year commuting with it in the cold. I really don't want to switch into the motorcycle helmet for the cold, but if I have to stay, if that's the only way to stay warm for the winter commute, I'm okay doing so. But I just feel like it's a little bit of an overkill on the e-bike, especially when we're only going 31, 32 miles an hour. Beautiful day. River looks this is a dedicated lane for the micro-mobility community, the PEV community, and the cyclists and the pedestrians. So we are now approaching the Manhattan side of the bridge. This part in particular here is the part where NYPD likes to set up because it's a hairpin turn. This is where they like to catch the mopeds, scooters, EUC, the e-skate community, and hand out tickets. Personally, I've gotten 2 tickets there while riding my V11 because they told me that you can't ride in the bike lane and you can't ride it in general in New York City, but you know, we still do. I've had a few people tell me, Ivan, why do you even stop for the cops if they stop you? You know, because I'm not much of a hooligan. Got nothing to hide. So I'm not one of these guys that are like, yo man, if that were me, I would have run, bro. Nah, man, I'm good. All right, Mr. Apollo, I see you. Jump into the regular lane here because we want to be able to make this turn a little bit easier. Have been the right decision, because you're now stuck. But we will get through. We will get to work. Yeah. So really clear today. Ooh, it took that turn really hot. But like I was saying earlier, you know, I'm not much of a hooligan. I understand that there's a perception and optics issue with the electric community at the moment. I don't want to add to that. I like being able to commute this way. Ooh, that is a big pothole. And I don't want to ruin it by kicking the cops around. We're starting issues. There's plenty of people to do that for me, unfortunately. So why not give folks a reason to see us in a positive light? Because at the end of the day, it is all about optics. In the court of public opinion, if you're a hooligan, you're a hooligan. But we'll save the rest of this conversation for later, because we are now approaching work here. We're very close. So I'd like to thank y'all for joining me on this beautifully uneventful commute to the city today, which was one of the most enjoyable ones we've had in a long time. I appreciate y'all, and I will see you when I get to get out of work and head home. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. We just finished work, so we're about to head home. It's been a little bit of a long day, but we're gonna see if we can get home pretty quickly here without worrying about anything. It seems that the cold has been keeping people out of the bike room, but as it gets later on in the day, it definitely has gotten busier. So I'm glad we got to work at a reasonable time, which means we got a relatively good parking space. And for the bike, we're gonna see if we can get around these people here. Yeah. So that's the hardest thing about my office is finding a space, but thank goodness we did have a good amount of space here. Look at this. Jesus Christ. This is why you always gotta be careful. You always gotta keep your camera on. You'll never know, you got these people cutting in front of you and they're not paying attention. But yeah, this morning was a pretty good spot. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see I'll post up how packed it was, but quite interesting. Quite an interesting day indeed. Yep. Even with the big tires and the suspension, we feel all those bumps. New York City's roads are definitely no joke. Ow. I felt that in my soul. Thank God for suspension. That's all I gotta say. Thank God for suspension. So today we don't have any kind of roundabout loop or anything like that. Our goal is to just kind of get home quickly, safely. The reason being is recently I got my COVID booster and I'm still feeling a little out of it. I still get a lot of shortness of breath and all that funky stuff that comes with getting vaccinated, so it'll all be worth it, because when we go to this big party in 2 weeks, I'll have peace of mind that both my wife and I are protected against anything too serious. I hope that the sound quality is a little bit better on this commute home, because on the way in, because of where the mic was situated, everything sounded a little bit high-pitched. Though my voice can get pretty high-pitched, it was very high-pitched. So I hope you guys can still hear me. I repositioned the mic, but like I said, we're slowly dialing this into something that we can record comfortably with. While giving you some video that doesn't make you motion sick. Bike is this? Oh, Bobo. So as y'all can tell, we are taking the 59th Street Bridge home, the Ed Koch Bridge home today. We're going to be through here. It seems like there isn't much people out there, so that'll be nice. I hope that means that everything will just be faster, but we'll see. Today, I reached out to a buddy of mine about my NAMI. Y'all know how much I really enjoy the NAMI, but I do have plans on moving on from it. My building has slowly begun to ban electric things in there, but I'm not doing it just to satisfy them, because at the end of the day, the guys or the people in my building can kick all the rocks in the world. I also would like to have a little bit more space in the apartment, because the Super73 does take up quite a bit of space. Super 73 takes up a lot of space in a New York City apartment. Replacing it with a e-skateboard, or I'm going to be replacing it with an EUC. Now, I know a couple of you know me, so you know that I haven't ridden an EUC since I got into my accident and broke my hand. So it's been about 6 months now since I've been on one, and I really do miss it. Now I know each one of it's like a video game character, you know. One of the PEB types have their own characteristics. So scooters are super dorky, super quick. The EUCs, you get this cool feeling of freedom and flight. You get a good balance of range, torque, and speed. The e-bikes are not necessarily as quick, but of course you're seated, so it's, in my opinion, a more comfortable ride, and it's a lot more accessible. And then the e-skates are kind of like this cool, chill, just glide along while you're carving type of board. So I miss that feeling of riding on the EUC. To date, I don't think I've ever experienced anything quite like that on any of my other EUCs. There was this feeling of freedom that you don't get on the bike and on the scooter. It's almost as if you're flying. So I want that again. I definitely want that feeling again. So we have that in consideration. And then as for the e-skate, I used to skateboard as a kid and up until a teenager, and I just remember having so much fun just carving and chilling and cruising. So an electric skateboard also seems like a good plan, but my biggest concern is, as you guys can see, all these potholes here are not exactly smooth and easy to ride over. So the second EUC will always be, or the second PEV is still going to supplement the Super 73 as a daily commuter. So I need it to be both. I needed both. Oops, sorry guys, I'm trying to think here. I needed both dependable, and I also needed to be able to handle the rigors of commuting in New York City. actually, that was pretty relatively smooth commute so far. We're flying, and we're making good time. People hate on the fact that the Super 73 isn't super torquey or super fast as far as like high-end speed or even off-the-line speed, but as you can see, it does really well getting through New York City. And a lot of folks on some of the forums have been like, you know, all the stuff that you've done to your bike is all purely cosmetic or purely for comfort or purely for storage. When are you going to do some real performance stuff? As if like all of us want to do 60 miles an hour on the Super 73. For me, I'm quite happy with the performance. Would I like more torque? Yes. Would I like more top speed? Yes. But as you can see, we are making significant progress through the traffic here, because we're just cutting through everything while everyone's just kind of sitting back there. Prior to getting my PEVs, I would actually be over here cutting through, trying to get home in my car, or not the car, the subway, potentially getting stabbed. We all look crazy, folks, for being Asian. Yeah, I don't want it, guys. I don't want to die just for being Asian. You know, proud Filipino, but do I want to die needlessly on the subway systems of New York? Nope. So, e-bike and PEVs for me. But we are here. We're almost home. Thank you guys for accompanying me on this ride home. I hope y'all had fun. Not as interesting without the traffic as it is with the traffic, but I appreciate y'all nonetheless. And I will see you on the next ride. If you liked what you saw, please consider giving this video a thumbs up. If you want to see more content from this channel, please consider subscribing. I would greatly appreciate it.